Alright, so let's see what we have for this tap handle. So this one is Long Trail Summer Ale, and you'll notice that kind of design there with that longer handle, and you've got this portion up here on the top. So with this one for the design, you'll see that this is also a stickered item, so you have this relatively large square sticker that's at the top for both sides, and then here you've got the Summer Ale lettering, and that is on both sides of the tap. And with this tap, this is similar to the pub style taps, a little bit different. So sometimes people will, different tap producers would consider this to be a pub style tap because of this kind of handle element that you have here. And the square topper is kind of a fairly standard thing. One of the things that's notable with these types of designs is that typically when they're actually produced, you've got a couple of different sections that are produced independently, and then they're put together. So when this type of tap is produced, typically you'd be producing these handle pieces as one element, and then this topper here would be another element, but it's also worth noting that that doesn't mean that they're interchangeable. That's just how it's actually made, but this top section here is normally going to be permanently affixed. So a lot of times there's going to be a wood dowel that connects it that is attached with wood glue, or sometimes you'll have a threaded rod that's going through or some type of fastener, but typically they are not designed to be removed or interchanged, so this would be one fixed unit here. And then down here on the bottom, then we've got the adapter here. You can see that is, this looks like a insert adapter, so I've called this out in some previous videos, is that when you're seeing this thicker wall on the adapter, then typically what that means is that, and you may be able to see a little bit in this video, is that typically that means that you've got an insert that's been put in, and there's some type of a glue or an epoxy or something like that that's kind of holding that in place a little bit. So it's a little bit different from the ones that are externally threaded for those that are put in. So worth noting that. Not something that you need to know too much about about as a collector, but one of the reasons why I do like to cover the inserts when there is anything notable or anything that you should be looking about or looking at is, especially with any of the older ones or the wooden ones, sometimes they will be rethreaded or they will be redone. And with this one, you can also notice that the wear and that sort of stuff is fairly standard, so there's relatively minimal proper wear that's on the outside here, but you will notice that there's a little bit of wear down here on the bottom, kind of like on the edges and some chipping in the paint, which is totally common for a pub tap handle or a pub tap handle that's been around in a bar or pub. The fact that you've got a little bit of wear and the fact that it's mostly just there on the bottom actually makes it in decent condition. So hope you guys enjoy.